Sights like this have become common on the streets of Abuja. It's close of work, and workers are at various bus stops waiting for vehicles to take them to their various destinations. A regular practice in the Federal Capital Territory is the use of private vehicles to pick up these stranded workers. While some of these workers arrive their homes unhurt, others do not. They fall victims to fraudsters, also known as one chance. One chance is a slang used to describe criminals who pretend to be taxi drivers, but with the intention of robbing unsuspecting passengers and stripping them of their money and other valuables. Some of these attacks lead to the death of unsuspecting passengers, especially where the passenger is thrown out of a moving vehicle.
Hi everyone, welcome to Ghana Observer, and thanks so much for stopping by. Today I bring very somber, sad, and unfortunate news regarding the unaliving of Ms. Freda Anong, who was a staff member at the Ghana High Commission in Nigeria. And according to news reports, here's what happened. The tragic incident occurred on the evening of July 1st around 7 p.m. Ms. Anong reportedly boarded a commercial vehicle near Transcorp Hilton Hotel, intending to head toward Transcorp Junction on the Federal Capital Territory. Unknown to her, the vehicle was already occupied by 4 unidentified men posing as passengers. So that's the trick they use on their unsuspecting victims. So wicked. According to a statement by the Ghanaian High Commission, the vehicle suddenly deviated from its intended route shortly after departure. Ms. Anong was later discovered unconscious and severely beaten about 11 p.m. along Airport Road near the Moshood Abiola Stadium. And when I initially read this, I was wondering how all this came out. But then it seems like she lived long enough to narrate her story before sadly succumbing to her injuries. And her brother posted some tweets on X, so I'm going to share those too, because that gives more in-depth information of what actually took place. A good Samaritan who found her rushed her to the National Hospital in Abuja. The diplomatic community in Abuja has expressed deep concern over the incident and is closely following the investigation. Ms. Anong was remembered by her colleagues as a dedicated and compassionate individual. And this investigation, we don't want another scenario like the FIBA one, which led nowhere. To this day, we don't know what happened. So Ghana police, please collaborate, because I think that works better. Remember the 2 Ghanaian women who went on a wild goose chase on a romance camp to Nigeria? That collaboration worked and they came back home safely. So yeah, we need some input from you so that this progresses to the expected end of the criminals, the thugs, being apprehended and dealt with. Meanwhile, the deceased brother, that is Freda's brother, Arnold, has taken to Facebook to demand justice. Freda cannot die in vain. Her killers must be found and prosecuted. There are countless families silently grieving loved ones lost to the same fate, abandoned by a system that failed to protect them. We'll get more into this one chance criminal syndicate, which has been terrorizing people for a while. We must rise. We must demand change. We must secure our streets. We must end one chance now, he said.
Esther Oko is in pains. She is glad to have escaped death by the whiskers.
Say they were going to kill me and throw me away.
The secondary school teacher's ordeal started on November the 9th when she boarded a taxi for GHANAIAN, a suburb of Abuja. Little did she know that the taxi driver and others on board were criminals locally known as One Chance.
It's about 5:36. I entered their vehicle. Not up to 2 minutes, they pinned down and wind up. Then held my throat. Said they needed money. Said they should check my bag. They should take everything. They were still strangling me.
They strangled her till she became unconscious.
Then they asked for my phone pin. I gave them my 2 ATM pins. I gave them. They were still strangling me. They took something and was hitting my neck, and they strangling me until I became unconscious. I wheeled on my body and passed out.
Her assailants made away with her valuables after dumping her in a gutter by the highway near Day Day.
The next thing I could remember was that I was on the ground somewhere and hearing the sound of moving vehicle from afar. So I crawl, because I couldn't see. Got to a farm, crawl again into a gutter, then struggled, crossed the gutter, and lie by the side of the road. Then I was shouting for help.
She was rescued by a passerby and taken to a police station. The following day, investigations by the police resulted in the arrest of these suspects. The suspects confessed to the crime and narrated how they did it.
So we beat her, and we took her money and her phone. So that's what we took from her, and her 2 MTN cards. So the woman was begging for us to release her. So we now took her to after Day Day. That's where we discharged her. Then this, my colleagues here.
Tell you the truth, I have done this time. This is the 4th one now. The 3rd. I haven't been up to 1 week in Abuja here. Tomorrow we make it one. This is the 4th operation before this thing happened.
Godwin Atta, who is in detention, tells us another approach in committing the crime.
And the way they do them, where you carry them, we don't already arrange ourselves. Maybe one girl with the front, 2 boys with the back, and one girl with them for about that 3, and driver with them. They will just find one person to pick. Then where that person enter now. So the girl now will complain and say, car driver, or the place tight. Understand? Then the driver now will park where, tell the last person where enter, say close the door. That the girl will stand near the person where will carry down. Then the driver will tell the person, hold the door for 2 hands, lock her. Then maybe they get half bag for hand. Then the lady West Daniel would like to just to help her with the bag, make you lock the door with the 2 hands. As the driver tell her to lock her with that. And the driver will bring hand to confuse the girl. The girl lock the door, go say the door never lock. That time the girl don't collect the other girl, the person where can even a man or girl, don't collect the bag, pass to the other person where they here. Go open them immediately, sharply. Everything where they start, don't put inside the bottle. You lock it back. Then we pass to the person. So the driver will go where go pray for the door now. So the door will not close again. You go tell the person where we want to carry, say, okay, draw another vehicle. Because the door is not close again. That time we don't carry waiting there in bag. Then we'll move.
Did you notice? Can you believe how nonchalantly and excitedly they're talking about their crime, glorifying their criminality? It's bizarre and frightening. Can you imagine the fear that Freda experienced, just like the lady narrated? And according to Freda's brother Arnold, this is what happened. On July 1st, 2025, my sister Freda boarded a taxi after house fellowship in Maitama. I don't want to butcher that. In Abuja. Let me stick with Abuja. That's what I know. In Abuja. She didn't know it was a one-chance vehicle. What happened next is every family's nightmare. Freda was blindfolded and beaten. They demanded 10 million naira. She wasn't a tech person. She had no ATM, no mobile banking. The attackers became furious and intensified their assault. They told her they would disfigure and sell her body parts. Human trafficking. They drove her around town for hours. Finally, they dumped her near the Moshood Abiola Stadium around 11 p.m. Broken, bleeding, abandoned. Cars passed her by. Only a vigilante, or more like a good Samaritan, stopped to help. She was rushed to National Hospital. The scans revealed the horror. Multiple broken ribs, lung lacerations, kidney damage, internal bleeding, eye and heart injuries. She fought but passed away on July 7th, 2025. May she rest in perfect peace. What was Freda's crime? Living in a city with a broken transport and security system. We need a public transport authentication system. We must end one chance now. We will not be silent. Freda cannot die in vain. The killers must be found. Justice must be served. Share her story. Demand change. Secure our roads. Hashtag Justice for Freda. Hashtag Justice for One Chance Victims. And hashtag End One Chance Now. And here are more victims.
Chris Agabi shares his experience in the hands of the fraudsters.
At about 2 p.m., they abducted me, took me to some unknown place, held me hostage in the car, took my ATMs, be sure that the PIN I gave them was correct, went to the nearest ATM around Kado there. Withdrew all that was left in my account, two accounts, and they went and dropped me somewhere around Kado Estate.
Christiana Ozumba also fell victim to the activities of the criminals on her way to visit a bereaved family member one morning.
I boarded this taxi at about 6:15 to 6:20 a.m. There was a guy in front, there was a lady and another guy. So I was the last person that joined the taxi. So immediately I joined the taxi. Just five, if you are familiar with Use axis, at the bus stop, that was where I boarded that taxi. And immediately before we got to Jai's Bank, they started hitting me. They were beating me, they suppressed me, forced me in between the car seats, just so I don't exercise any form of struggle or anything, any sort of thing like that. So they suppressed me, they pressed me down, blindfolded me, collected my bag. I had my office laptop with me. They collected everything and they went through my phone. They saw the text messages, alerts and all. So they instructed me immediately to transfer the money I had from my Zenith Bank account, so from my Diamond to my Zenith and also to my GT. So they made sure they wiped out all the money I had. So they had POS with them. They withdrew from the POS. When at some point I think the POS wasn't paying, they started driving around town, blasting music in their car. So even if I wanted to scream, nobody would hear me. And it was
Both victims accused the police of complacency.
I could manage to get to the police station. I reported Jabi police station, but that was it. Nobody got back to me. In fact, funny enough, the police guys were asking me what I wanted them to do, what action I wanted them to take, and I was like, I can't tell you what to do. It's your job.
I went to the police to make a report. It took the police station 3 days to give me a police report. And all they could tell me was, oh, sorry, you have to be more careful.
I was almost kidnapped in Lagos. That very day I was going to work. I work in a company and I had a presentation to do that day. So I was preparing and I had to go to work very early. I wake up 4 o'clock and I get to the bus stop by 5 o'clock, 5:30, so I could get to work before 6. Sometimes after 6, I will sleep. Then I'll wake up later. Go to the bus stop. I was waiting for the bus as usual. Everybody was just struggling. I didn't even have time to struggle that day. I ordered Uber and the Uber came very early. Immediately I just ordered, it was just in my front, so I rested my body and I put my phone inside my bag. I did not know that the Uber guy already cancelled. Almost immediately I entered. I took a nap. So while I was sleeping, I was trying to remember everything I've read and just prepare for the presentation and all of that. There was just this unrest in my spirit that I should open my eyes and I should stay awake. I just opened my eyes. I'm like, why am I feeling uneasy? I was trying to look at my vicinity. Is there something wrong? And I noticed that that hand that you can use to open the door was broken. Like there's no hand there. There's nothing there. I checked my left, there's nothing there. The front, there's nothing there. The only place that there's something there is the one like the driver side. Do you guys understand? Like the all 3 side, that thing was removed. So the only one that has that handle that you can use to open from inside is from that driver's place. So you can only open the door from outside, not from inside. So even if I try to like run out, I can't run out except somebody help me open the door. The glasses, I can't wind down because that was also removed. So I think it's the only one that can control it, and it on the AC, so there was literally no reason why the window should be down. I don't know if you guys get my point. So when I noticed this strange thing, I asked him, excuse me sir, sorry, why is these things are not here? Why are these handles, why are they removed? Why is he not there? He didn't answer me, and he had this very strong face. I don't know, I'm very inquisitive, so I'm like, sir, I'm not comfortable. If you know you can't answer, please drop me. And I was like, I should jump. Didn't want to message anybody because I didn't want to raise alarm, because I know that my friends will to call me if I try to text them that it's like I'm in trouble and all of that. So after a while, I'm going to Lekki Phase 1. He told me that I was going to pass Obalende, and I'm like, please don't pass Obalende. We don't have any business in Obalende, since he said he wants to pick somebody in Obalende. And I was like, I'm going to shout, I don't want you to take me through Obalende. Please follow the normal route and stuff like that. Then he said I should come and drive. He's the one driving. And he was saying all of these things, concentrating with a very strong face, guys. Like, I didn't even see his face when I entered. I said I was going to bang the door, that he should open, he should stop me. I'm not going again. I'm not. And do you know what happened next, guys? This guy brought out gun. There's this place that they used to keep things, documents and stuff like that. The guy brought out gun from there and placed it just for me to see, and he put it back. That was when I knew that it's, I am in a very, very big trouble. But at that point, I know one mind was telling me that I'm dead today. One other mind was telling me that Jesus died for my sins. Jesus is not going to allow me to die like this today. I'm begging him at that point. I'm like, please, where are you? Okay, where are you taking me to? Does he want to kidnap me? Does he want to kill me? Is this how I'm going to die? Like, how? So a guy drove past, and the guy was now smiling at me and stuff like that. You know how Lagos men do. Anyways, this guy helps me this day. So he was just looking at me, and he was driving, and I just sat down at the back, looking like this, thinking what am I going to? I was just thinking, what am I going to do? I was already crying. My face was already red and stuff like that. So I rested my back at the driver's, the driver is like, instead of me sitting like, so the driver can easily see me, I didn't sit there. I sat directly at his back. So when I was at his back, I looked at the guy that was smiling at me. So I didn't smile. I did like this. I used my hand to do like this, and I pointed to the guy, and I did like this. That the guy, and I did like this, that the guy has a gun and wants to kill me, like something like that. So I don't know how God helps me. I feel like God just sent that person at the very last time, because I didn't even know from this place. I don't know what happened next, because immediately I told that guy, I didn't see the guy again. So I just thought that probably the guy got scared and he wasn't going to help me and stuff like that. So to God be the glory, at some point there was traffic, normal go slow, but this one there was traffic, thick odor. So somebody knocked on the guy's window. I told the guy to wind down. The guy did not answer. The guy did not wind down. I think the guy was with other guys or stopped cars. I don't even know how this guy did it. So 3 other guys came. One went to his phone. I was like, oh, guy, wind down. We say, when you wind down, I was just begging, God, I beg, God, I beg. He asked me, did I call anybody? I said, I did not call anybody. Who are these people? I said, I don't know. Then, as they were trying to talk to me, wasn't listening. One of them just brought stone or something, broke his windscreen, opened the door. When he broke the windscreen, he was telling me, open the door, open, I can't open that. But I said, I can't open, it's removed. So they helped me from inside. They opened his own door. Immediately they opened his own door. They can't open it, so there's the way he locked that door, and I can't open the door except they press something in the front. So after they broke his window, they opened it, and they opened the back, the seat and stuff like that, and they opened it from outside, and I came outside, and I was shouting, there's gun inside, there's gun inside, there's gun inside. So he said, does not have any gun, does not have any gun. So I said, I saw gun, he brought out gun. So I pointed where the gun was, and they opened and they saw gun. The beast they gave this guy that day.
Folks, another ruse or trick used by this criminal syndicate is that they recruit females, knowing that people usually kind of let down their guards when they're around women. So let's listen into how they are used to disarm the victims.
Then as my mother called me, say my pikin no well. Now I tell the woman, let her pay me. The woman come pay me. As she pay me, the money no reach. Then I went to my friend. I tell her, say, I beg, if she get money, please help me. My pikin no well, I want to send money for them for village. Now she tell me, say, she myself, I work don't stop, she no get any money like that. Then as we did, then she come call me, she say, ma come. In the morning time, she come call me, say, ma come. I tell her, say, this morning where we want go. Then she come tell me, say, to, mo go. As we come go, we come enter car. She tell me, say, ma stay for back of car. We come stay, we dey 4. As we come dey 4 for there, then she dey front, then one come enter. Then the driver go say, make them help them shift iron for them. If they help them, then if the iron no gree do, then she will come out the woman phone. If the woman see, they will return the phone. But if the woman no see, they will carry the phone go. The first time where I go, they give me 3,500. The second time where I go, they give me 2,500. The third one where I follow them, the last one where I follow the 9, they give me 8,000.
And folks, why should this be a worry or a concern for Ghanaians in Ghana? Because most of this is happening in Nigeria. But then, some Ghanaians visit, just like our sister has been unalived. However, another worry is that similar things are taking place in Ghana. And you know how it goes. You know how they tried to dip their toes and see whether kidnapping would work in Ghana, right? They tried. It just, it was nipped in the bud. So whatever it is, when they start coming to Ghana, then they export their criminality here. Because this type of activity is alien to Ghana. So let's see how a similar thing happened here recently.
I nearly got robbed today, and this was how it happened. So today, on my way to the office, I decided to stop by this egg seller around Jowlu Airport West area. Yes, so I tried to fry some eggs and toast some bread for breakfast. So after frying the egg, the woman gave me my change, so I was putting this change in my purse, and there was traffic. So something just occurred to me. I was like, this one that you're walking on the street and you're putting money in your purse and everybody's in traffic looking at you. What if someone snatches your purse? But I just thought of it. I'm like, wait if it happen. So fast forward, walking closer to Maxmart, right? Then there was this taxi that stopped. And then the person in the taxi driver, gave me a strong wave, like as if he knew me. So he waved, and I was thinking that it was somebody I knew, so I waved back. So upon waving back, the taxi drove a little bit and went to stop ahead of me. And then when I walked closer, he stood and said, "You look so familiar." And I asked him, "Really?" He said, "Yes, you look so familiar." He said, "Oh, if not that where I knew the person I'm talking about is far, I would have said you were the person." I'm like, "Oh, okay, thank you." He said, "Oh, you look like the person." I'm like, "Okay, what's happening?" The next thing he was saying was, "Oh, where are you going?" And I told him I'm heading towards my workplace. Our office is around Jowlu. So he said, "Oh, let me drop you." But before then, I had spoken to a friend of mine. In fact, a friend of mine had called me and had narrated how she was robbed, how her phone was stolen from her in a taxi around Takrady. So the incident was fresh in my head. That incident my friend narrated to me was so fresh in my head. So the next thing that crossed my mind was, what if? But then I'm like, oh, believe you like thinking about negative things too much. Just think positive for once. Now, I'm this kind of a person that I have trust issues. Not that I don't trust people, but I don't trust easily. Once I see you as a potential bad person. Until you prove yourself worthy, until you prove yourself to be worth my trust. That's the kind of person I am. I don't trust people before they do me dirty. Mine is the opposite. I see you to be a potential person that can do me dirty until you have proven yourself to be worth my trust. That's me. Do you understand? Good. So I'm not that person that would easily trust you. No. So immediately he said that thing, like, "Oh, let me drop you off." I was like, these people, they don't want to do me. But then he insisted. So I'm like, okay, since my office is ahead and mananti I'm now why so why not? Let me just sit and so that they will help me. My now will not be fee. My sister in the Lord. So upon sitting in the car, I realized that there was one other person in the car at the back seat with a nose mask on. It was there I knew that I had fucked up. Now this person was in a nose mask, covered almost his face, almost this part of his face was covered. And he was having this polythene, this bag that has some things inside. I don't know. But when I got into the car and I realized that he had these things in the car, I don't know if human beings have antenna, but my antenna was high. It was up. My senses were up. Everything up. I was overthinking. I'm an overthinker as well. I was thinking, what could be the possible moves? Like, it's either they roll their glasses and overspeed and bypass my office and carry me to where they want to carry me, or it's either they'll loud the music, somebody will appear from the booth, come and spray me something, come with something to cover my nose, and I'll pass out. I was overthinking. I was literally overthinking my head out. And so in about 2 to 3 minutes, we had gotten to where my office was. So I needed to alight. So I told the driver that this was where I was going to alight. And he was like, "Oh, you alight here?" I said, "Yes." So he said, okay, oh, then I'll see you again. Because you really, I said, okay. Now it was time for me to get down. Oh my goodness, come and see. Now, the same incident my friend had narrated to me, saying that her phone got stolen, was that when she was about to get down from her car, the incident was that the car was locked, and so the driver offered to open it, and in the attempt of helping her to open the door, that was how come the driver took her phone and some other things. So I was very attentive, I was very alert with that. So immediately I was trying to open the door, the door was not opening, so the driver offered to help me open the door. Then my mind went straight to my friend's incident. He was opening the door, he wasn't opening. Now, I had 2 phones in my bag. The phones were already in the bag, from even where I bought the egg, they were in the bag. But I was holding my purse and the fried egg and toasted bread. The fried egg and toasted bread were hot, so as of those was I was holding them with my purse. Then he was trying to help me. The guy sitting by me with the nose mask was sitting. Then the driver said, oh, open it. And I told him, I can't open because it seems locked. He said, oh, try and open it. Try and open it. Then he stretched himself from his end, from the driver's end, trying to open from my end. Then he was trying. It wasn't opening. Then he told me that I should put my things down. I should put everything in the bag and I should put it down and then try to open with my 2 hands. Now, you know that if you're going to open with your 2 hands, you're going to turn and be opening. Your focus will be opening. And they will be removing whatever they want to remove. You have jammed the wrong person. There. Oh, I hooked my bag with my hand, 2 hands, and I was watching them in the car. The 2 of you, 2 men, are sitting there, want me a lady to open the door. Come and put the top of your pay the craze. They said, oh, put the things down. Then the one sitting by me wanted to drag my bag with me. He was like, oh, for bag little on the phone, send me a look. Then I'm still meeting me fan to her. Bag now, because I end up a painting with my name. So, be my name. He said, oh, no, for bag little on the phone, say, be a witcher on my. So then I decided to use my left hand to hold my bag. With the egg, I decided not to put it in the bag. Now, it was a Monday morning, so my bag was full with some items I was sending to the office. This bag was full. So it wasn't even closing. So he was still insisting that I put my bag down and then open it. I was like, it's not going to happen for a year. You have jammed the wrong person. No, wrong person with this. So the one dragging the bag with me said, oh, madam, I think, then he asked the driver, and then don't know, then the driver said, I said, okay. So first, the 2 of you can open the door for me. We'll sit here. Then the one sitting by me said, madam, okay, what if I bag name na me nkutama na fa unsambi. I'm say me fa bag name mawo. I mean, and the driver needs no baby mommy. They tried for about 2 to 3 minutes. The door was not opening. I was sitting in the car with them. Then the bread I was holding with the egg, he was trying to press, you see the bag was with my left hand, so he was trying to press the things I was holding down so that the bag turns the other way. So that what they would do. Me too, I grabbed the bag. Me and the bag will go together. That's how he started. Oh, then the whole bag and I'm saying, bro. And I'm saying, bro, didn't go there. And I just said, see, oh, bro, I didn't actually went up to sorry. Finally, he found a way out and he opened the door for me. Come and see me. What's in law? Fast. I ran, I jumped back. Immediately I got out from the car. I started inspecting my things. I was like, where's my phone? Where's my other phone? Where's my purse? When I checked everything and everything was intact. Let me see you cross. Let me see, hey, you people. You want to do somebody? It's me. You want to do? You see my face like this? It's me. You want to do? See my face? It's me.
Folks, let me know if you've experienced something like this before, because this is the first time I heard of it. But it must be a recent occurrence, something that just started happening in Ghana. And we better nip it in the bud. We don't want such things happening in our country. May our sister Freda rest in perfect peace, and those who unalived her brought to swift justice. And as her brother said, may she not have died in vain. We should be vigilant, listen to your instinct and gut feeling. You have to have your antennas up all the time. Because unfortunately, we live amongst wicked people who value money over life. So justice for Freda, and may she rest in peace. Condolences to the family and loved ones. And folks, I'm going to end it here. Thanks so much for watching, and I'll see you in my next video. Bye.